Hello everyone. Hello, how's my little fishies doing? My little Pisceans? Thank you for tuning in for your bi-weekly reading. My name is Ahorangi Starchild and this is a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. If you don't know what your rising sign or your moon sign is, below this video is a link. You can click on it and it'll take you to a website where it'll generate a natal chart so you can tune into this playlist. This is a general reading, so not everyone will resonate with us. And if it doesn't resonate, please feel free to browse this playlist and see what other readings you are drawn to get more information for yourself. If you like, click like. If you like my style, subscribe. Hit the bell below this video. And everything you need to know about me is in the drop box below. So what's happening with Pisces at the moment? You have Neptune in your sign. You have Mercury in your sign, which is beautiful, creative communication. The Sun has just gone into your second house, which will shine a spotlight on your financial situation. We have so Venus is sextile in your Sun at this point in time in Taurus, which is beautiful, supportive energy. Coming in for you through a relationship, so people around you in your day-to-day, like neighbors, people you just connect with through short distance travel. What else? We have a North Node in Cancer, which is very much supportive of your sign, learning how to nourish, how to take care of yourself, put yourself first, and just keep on doing that feel-good factors in your life, okay? Self-soothing, self-nurturing, and taking really good care of yourself and your family, where you live, and your comfortable spaces. So I'm using today for you because Pisces is very special to me, okay? I have the Pisces moon, and my soul sister in South Africa, she's Pisces. We've been friends since 1987. My beloved, he's also Pisces. So I had to pull out a very special deck for you guys. So let's have a look. Please give me feedback on my readings. Okay, this is a general reading, but I always love to hear from you. So, what do we have? We have the Page of Fire. Beautiful, passionate, brand new, fresh start, but also good news coming to you concerning something. So we'll dig into that. Brand new, passionate start, good communication, message of air. Definitely messages, passionate messages coming in. So when I say passionate messages, I kind of mean like it's just good, supportive, communicating fast and clear. Two people of different nature speaking to each other but yet resonating, because fire and air, to me, they complement each other. So that messenger of air is also about taking fast action, clear mental faculties, and having the ability to communicate passionately. I feel like for some of you, you are in a period of recovery. You know, like you're just turning inward. You might be sleeping on things, not ready to take action. You want to think things through, maybe want to do a bit of research. Think before you speak. You're becoming aware of people who speak impulsively around you, and they don't use words properly. And you realize that whatever they say can wound the heart. So you are becoming aware of the power of the word and how powerful information and words really are. We have the Emperor. You are establishing healthy boundaries, and we have transformation. You are going through a beautiful change. You're changing. There's something changing in you. But I feel like there is also something, you know, ending in a way, like a surrendering kind of energy. Because look how there's a little phoenix here, a phoenix rising from the ashes there in her hands, okay? And it's almost like a wish. It's almost like she's releasing something. So I feel like some of the Pisceans might be working on establishing healthy boundaries, becoming their own authority figure, and releasing things that don't serve them. Something is coming to an end. We have the moon. So you're dealing with emotions. Moon to me is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Moon is very deep, but it's also about emotions, your intuition, and it's about frustration sometimes. It's about fears, insecurities, feeling unsure, can't see your path clearly. But I feel with the Emperor, the transformation, and the moon there, that with Pisces, when you trust your intuition, you will be able to navigate. Okay, and when you trust your intuition, you can have confidence in that. We're going to draw more cards. We have the High Priestess. Yes, there you come through in your own element, the High Priestess. Beautiful energy. This is the energy of someone who listens, someone who knows. You just know stuff, especially next to the moon. You can absolutely 100% trust your intuition on anything that you need to make a decision on. If you can't see, just feel it out. If it don't feel good, then it's not good. Don't go. If it's good, go. I know that we're all going through a very challenging time now with being in lockdown and all of that, but I feel this is a really good time to tune into the natural rhythm of your life. This is also a really good time to release and surrender, especially with this transformation. And it is also a good time to practice meditation and just tune into the universal energy of your psychic energy. Okay, let's dig in. So the page of fire, why is the page of fire here? There could be children, a child involved in the situation. If it's not children, this is someone who's younger than you with a youthful approach to life, who's inspirational, fiery, outgoing. They like to take action. They have a sense of curiosity to go yondering and exploring and discover new things, but they also have a beautiful flair of creativity. Maybe this is you accessing a part of your personality that has creative flair. We have Messenger of Earth, so there is a long-term stable offer coming to you with the Star and the Nine of Air. So for some of you, you might be dealing with someone who could potentially go through a period of mental anguish. In other words, there are things that is like a conundrum. They try and solve a problem in their head. They might confide in you with that High Priestess because you're a really good listener. You have very good counseling abilities. With the Star here, you might be dealing with someone who's coming out on the other side, someone who can be that they know how to follow their own, their guidance, their inner prompts, as someone who has a lot to share. I also feel like you are coming into a phase where you have a lot to share because of lessons that you've learned concerning your conundrums in your life that you had to solve. The Star is also Aquarius, so you might be dealing with an Aquarian. And the Messenger of Earth is someone who wants to invest with you long term, bringing a long term offer, stable offer, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy coming in. The Star is also about wishes coming true, but guidance from your angels and navigating by the stars, but also kind of maybe being a little bit in the spotlight. But I know we are in a period of isolation and it is very challenging times. So maybe there could be the situation of, feeling unsure and feeling anxious and not quite sure what the future holds. But trust your vision, because everything that's happening in your life is divinely guided. It wants to bring you beautiful energy of lessons and things that you've you've learned from that will serve you in a very practical way on how to take action long term. So you've learned from lessons in the past where you had to deal with conflict, inner conflict, even inner stress. You might not be sleeping well at times. You might even have headaches, backache, suffering from physical pain, worries and anxiety. But I feel like you're coming out on the other side because you're starting to invest, rather than investing your energy in things that is like self-sabotaging, you are now deciding to invest yourself in projects and things that can give you a good return. That's practical. You can taste it, you can feel it, you can see it, you can touch it, and that is why you want more of that. I feel that is, so that's the wisdom coming through, that's your guidance coming through. Is if your mind is overactive, if you tend to think too much, stop thinking so much. Okay, it's about keeping your mind on a short leash and look at what presents itself in your physical world, and then from there that will ignite your passion to take action in a very creative way, so that you can trust your intuition and not be so concerned about the things that you don't know and that you can't see. Just put that where it fits, okay? So we have the messenger of air. There's messages coming to you hard and fast. There's communication. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Aquarius is coming very strong for you. We also have next to it the Four of Air. That's also more Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy coming in for you. Four of Air is a period of introspection, taking a time out, recovering from illness perhaps. So tell me about the messenger of air. We have the Six of Air. So I feel like there's beautiful communication coming in, information that will help you to move on from things that worries you, things that concern you. It helps you to move forward in your life. This could potentially be, because I see the ship, this is a beautiful deck. See how the ship is in the clouds there? So I feel like it could potentially be messages from, people who live quite a distance from you, with the birds flying there. Six of Air is also potentially about a house move for some of you, talking about a house move, or someone around you is talking about a house move. But this is calming that energy down. This is calming your mind down through having a conversation with someone who brings you information that where you can process and things starting to make sense for you. The Four of Air is a card of recovery, taking a time out and rest, preferring to be antisocial and to keep to yourself. But it's also most probably thinking about a conversation that was had. Next to the Emperor, this could be a conversation with a manager that could have been potentially wounding, but you're just taking a time out from that, not for all of you. Four of Air is about literally recovering from illness, and we have the Three of Water there. Definitely, thinking on the situation and giving yourself a time out from maybe people who can be controlling and domineering, especially right next to this Emperor. The Emperor is someone who is can be controlling, domineering, very strong. They want to enforce their will on other people, but this could also be you setting healthy boundaries and enforcing those boundaries, making sure that people don't just walk all over you. But you could also be dealing with a father figure as well. But this father figure could potentially be very supportive and protective of you. This is someone who knows how to take care of himself and knows how to take care of his own, carries responsibility naturally. Okay, this is Aries, Scorpio, and Capricorn energy. Someone who's very stable and very loyal. protective. I get a protective energy around it as well. So just put it where it fits. So we have the Four of Swords here. Because you are taking the time to go inward and to give yourself time to reflect and to calm down your mind and to think about things and to what's the word process information, that is actually going to bring you a lot of joy. Eventually you're going to discover that the time that you took out is actually eventually you're going to discover that the time you took out to give yourself the opportunity to process information that came to you through conversations, that will actually bring you a lot of joy. So the Emperor, this could be you, or this could be a person that you're dealing with. Very strong, very protective, can be domineering, but very territorial, loyal, and have to have things on their term. Okay, this is a card that where people coming through as the Emperor, some things is just not negotiable. So we have the Six of Fire. There's a lot of passion, forward movement, success in business, and we have the Five of Fire, competition. So I feel you might be dealing with someone in business who can be very, let's just say, temperamental. Okay, but that is, I feel like if you have been dealing with someone who's been challenging you, that you will work out in your mind the solution on how to deal with this person and the conflict that they bring, and that you will be successful when you have to deal with them next. So tell me about the transformation that's happening with you. We have a little phoenix rising from the ashes. I feel like this is to do with your inner child, because there's a little girl playing with a phoenix. Healing your inner child and surrendering things of your childhood and of your young years that perhaps didn't serve you. Tell me about transformation, please. I feel like this is happening in your relationship sector, maybe with some people. And we have the Sun. Becoming aware of the light and the dark in people. Seeing and being very much aware of how you are changing day by day, and how you are consciously releasing everything that is a burden to you, everything that you feel doesn't serve you anymore. And you're consciously doing this. You know exactly what it is that you need to move on from, and you're doing it in a very gracious way, and you're doing it in such a beautiful way. The Sun is the most benefic card in the deck. So I feel whatever it is that you're releasing now and moving on from now is going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness in the future, because it's what you're releasing is creating space for your happiness, warmth, fun in the sun, clarity, joy, your inner child being really, really, really happy. And also maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio and a Leo. So we have the Moon there. The Moon is about feeling unsure, trusting your intuition, diving deep emotionally. Tell me about the Moon. The Moon is also about the feminine cycles. The goddesses, they used to worship the Moon. The Moon is a sign of fertility, as well as of endings and new beginnings. So we have the Hanged Man. You're showing up in your own reading once again with the Ten of Cups. So there is, okay, so you are hanging in limbo, waiting for your Ten of Cups. Look at this little Buddha smiling. But I see how this Hanged Man is looking towards this Buddha here with the little lotus flowers. So I feel like there's a lot of water here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy as well. Happiness around the family, waiting for your happiness, hanging in limbo for your happiness. Sacrifices that you had to make for the family, for some of you. Coming into a spiritual awakening and epiphanies concerning patterns that happened in the past in your family. But it doesn't have to be negative. It can be very positive. Remembering, reminiscing, clarity coming to you concerning your own emotional happiness, coming to an understanding what makes you happy, allowing time to pass so that your fears and your uncertainty can what we call it, dissolve in a certain way. I see like it dissolving, the frustration dissolving because you're surrendering to the process of your life, which makes you feel happy. The hangman, that's most probably, for me, that's one of the most challenging energies in the tarot deck, because it feels like you're just hanging and every day is the same. It's like Groundhog Day. You're in limbo and you don't know what you can do to break out of it. And I feel like maybe that's why the moon is here. It's because it feels like you've been a little bit stuck. But there's a reason why you had to experience this energy. It is to give you time to process spiritual information. It is to give you time to process subconscious information so that your emotional well-being can become a focus of your life. And so that you can process your emotions and realize the sacrifices that you made in the past had cost you your emotional happiness, or you happily sacrificed yourself for maybe even someone else's happiness. But that's fading away, like the sacrifices and the waiting and the hanging and the frustration with not seeing happiness coming for you even. There's a lot of water here. Okay. But we do have the Ten of Cups. And you coming up twice, because your High Priestess to me is Pisces and the Hangman is Pisces as well. You're coming very strong in your own reading. You're transforming so that you can actually obtain your happiness, whatever makes you happy. If it's your spiritual enlightenment with that Hangman that makes you happy, coming to spiritual epiphanies so that you can understand your life and your own inner processes, where you can understand your subconscious patterns that drives you to do things, say things, or not do things. Also, your emotional happiness in a relationship. Ten of Water is deep, deep, deep emotional satisfaction with a happy family. This is the house, the dog, the car, the man, the wife, the children. Okay. So tell me about the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the keeper of secrets. Beautiful, creative communication coming from the High Priestess. The High Priestess is someone who's psychic. She reads the tarot. She's the keeper of secrets. She's the counselor. She listens. But this is also a mature woman who is called to work with women, or who connect with the feminine. The High Priestess next to the moon, for some of you, could be a midwife, someone working as a midwife, or being connected to a midwife. Maybe you are watching this and there is someone connected to you who is a midwife. I also feel like potentially there could potentially be a birth or a new soul coming into this world, with the sun, the moon, the High Priestess, and the Messenger of Water. I feel like there's travel on the cards for you. Messages coming to you from across the water. Beautiful people around you who's emotionally available. Makes you feel secure. This is you and your element. There's a lot of water here. And then we have the World. I feel for some of you there is travel. Talk about travel. A desire to travel. But also finishing off with an old cycle. With the World and the Moon, there is a definite process of finishing off with a cycle where you've been hanging in limbo, being unsure, having to trust your intuition all the time. Very little showing up in your reality that is tangible, that you can take, taste, feel, touch. But it is coming through this messenger of earth. So I see that during this time, there is a lot of information coming to you, a lot of clarity and understanding about things, situations, people, your own inner processes that you didn't understand, that you understand now. It's almost like you're looking back upon your journey, especially with the World. That's completion, where you get to an overview of your life and you can see all the cycles and all the paths that you had followed on your journey to bring you to this very point in time, and then to come to the deep, deep, deep understanding and knowing, because the High Priestess is someone who knows that everything is divinely timed and happening as it should. Even when it feels that nothing is happening with this Hangman, that even the contradiction here or the paradox here is, even while you are in limbo, that also serves a purpose in moving forward in your life. Thank you for watching, everyone. I love reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.